Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be a how to test or watch me work kind of video on one of these set of load cells out of a Gallagher Alleyway load bar. This customer, or this actually came from a dealer. We're located here in Missouri, but this dealer is located in Pennsylvania, I believe, and he was in town for something, and so he said, well, hey, I'm going to come on down there. I'll just drop this stuff off and let you work on it. I said, sounds good to me. So there's our information. Cattlescalerepair.com is our website for repairs and stuff that we talk about on the cattle scales and load bars, but we do work on electric fence units, so fencerfixer.com is our website for that. But I don't remember what he said was going on with this thing. We're going to just kind of start from scratch with it. I did notice that the connector here, the wires got kind of yanked on because this yellow part's supposed to be up inside there, so could be the connector's all that's wrong with it, but we'll find out here in a second. I'm going to hook this up to our indicator. It doesn't matter left or right. Make sure this scale turns on. Yep. So put it in here, we'll tighten it up. Alright, we're going to turn the scale to M for manual, so that way it doesn't lock on prematurely if I'm not ready. And what it should do, should show, no, not that, it should show a 0.0 pounds, but it's giving me an error, dash dash H dash dash. There's also a dash dash L dash dash and a dash dash 0 or O dash dash. They all mean different things, but basically it means, layman's terms, I guess, means that the scale is receiving a high signal of some sort from the system, from the load bar. So I don't know if that's I don't know if it's a connector issue, cable issue, or load cell issue. It's all of them or one of them or something. So what I'm going to do first, because I don't know where to start with it, because I don't know where the issue's coming from, is we're going to cut these load cells. We're going to cut them loose from this little junction box that they're epoxied in. But I need to get a cable tie on this on the spring, so it doesn't slide down here, and it's a real pain in the neck to get this slide back up there, feed back into. So let me go find a cable tie. Alright, I'll take this cable tie, I'm going to put it up here. This is just temporary. This is just to keep that spring from sliding down. I'll eventually cut it and get rid of it. So I'm going to cut these down here, and also just going to go ahead and cut that. This is just a junction box to hold it all together. Have to redo all that. So first thing I want to do is I want to strip this load cell cable and get to the actual wires on the inside, and we'll have to do some readings on it. And I don't have these readings written down anywhere. I've just done them for so long, done so many of them over the years, that I just kind of have them all memorized, or at least for the Gallagher ones anyways. True Test is completely different apparatus on the inside. So strip these back. Alright, I'm going to get the meter out. Alright, so we'll do this first combination, see what it reads. That looks right. That looks good. Okay, so this load cell's fine, so I'll get a marker or something to write down on here. Test the specs. So that was, if you need a part for that, board kit sitting there on top of the shipping table right there towards the back. Alright, that looks good. I think these load cells are fine. It's probably in the connector cable. Alright, both load cells are fine, so it's not the cells. So right on here. Test to space. Today's date. What's it? 15th? Alright, so now let's get this cable trimmed back. It's got like 2 layers of rubbery stuff to get to the actual wires on the inside, so you got to be careful you don't cut too deep too fast and get into them wires, because then you got to cut it back and you got to redo it all over again. It was a little long, so I'll have to cut this back to about here. And we'll go and we'll put a new connector on there as well, so I'm going to get another one of them cable ties. How to put on that. I'm just going to cut it right there, because you can't take these apart. These are epoxied on the inside, so the factory ones you can't pull apart. So I'm going to strip this back a little bit more. And we'll do a continuity test between each wire and just see if we have to get a break somewhere in the cable. What was it doing?
Like 8.1.0, the capacitor's showing 82 or 8.2 is how they say.
Is that NF or UF in the top right corner?
NF.
That's too low.
Huh?
That's too low.
Yeah.
Might just be that, yeah. Okay, let's do a continuity check between each wire. So we'll go red to red. Let's make sure none of those read. Okay, that red wire's good. We'll go black to black. Okay. Green to green. And white to white. Okay. Cable's fine, so probably had something wrong inside that connector. Alright, so let me go grab another connector. Alright, there's the new connector. Comes all these pieces here. So we got to put this together. Let's see, this piece goes on first. And then we'll put that rubbery grommet thing inside there. And I'll tighten that up a little bit right here so that way kind of holds that connector down there. And here's the other business end of it. We've got to solder some wires here. Also got to put a resistor inside the connector, because that resistor tells the scale which model low bar is connected up to it. So, and we're going to put this in this little vise here. Make sure you know which wire goes which one. They're all numbered there. So let me get the resistors pulled down here. I gotta find the right one. So now we'll take this, we'll bend the leads over like that. What's it showing on the front?
7.6.
Alright, so this goes in center pin and pin 5. Alright, while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and solder the first 4 pins. That's where the wires for the cable go. Now we'll take these wires, I'm going to twist them all up. And I'm going to strip them back a little bit so I can, or cut them back so a little shorter. I also need to trim off just a little bit more of this yellow. Solder and tin up these wires on each one here, and then we'll solder them into the connector. Now, each pin and put the right wire in the right spot. That came from that guy that dropped them off. Put down. No, he's not having me ship them. He's from Pennsylvania. It's gonna take too long to. He's just down here for the church thing. All right, so that's all done. So we're gonna tighten this up. Need a couple. What the hell is it? Another pair of pliers. We'll take this. Slid out a little bit so you can shove that back up in there. Alright, so that's all done. So now, I'm going to take these load cells and I'll wire them back up to the connector, to the cable. And we're just going to go color to color. Twist them up like that. Pick the next color it's in line, wherever it is. We'll go with the red one, do it next. Oh, the cat, yeah. She,
What's his name?
Schweitzer.
Schweitzer?
Or Merle.
Huh?
Merle.
Merle. Merle.
Alright, then we'll take this other end over here. I need to cut some of this back. It's a little too short. Just a little bit more. we'll take these wires and twist them onto these. And then we can hook these load cells up to the scale indicator and try it out. Okay. The last one's a white one. You can grab that one if you want. And we'll just alright, zoom this out. Alright, let's grab that indicator. Plug this back into here. And then we'll prop it up here, turn on the M for manual, see if it goes to 0.0 pounds. Alright, so it's detecting that the scale is plugged into it. Now we'll just do a pressure test on the load cells. It's kind of we're going to put pressure on this edge right here where it kind of humps up there. We'll put pressure right there on the edge of the table and also right there. One way is going to read positive, one way is going to be negative, and we're just going to put some pressure on it. It should be 20-30 pounds or so, depending on how much I push down on it. Edge there. There we go. Same thing here. Okay. Well, so it's reading fine. So now I'm basically done. I gotta put some connectors on here to seal those, keep those from touching each other, and I gotta get one of those little junction box things. And seal them up in epoxy and all that fun stuff. So that's what I'm going to do now that I'm done with the repair part of things. I just got to finish that part of it up. So we'll go ahead and we'll cut this back now since this is done. Let that come up there and protect that cable like that. Probably leave this like that until the guy gets it back. So because when he gets it back and installs it, he probably pull this back more or trim it off, whatever he wants to do. So hopefully it helps you out. If you got a set of load cells or load bars having some trouble on a set of Gallagher scales, you're welcome to send them in here. Take a look at them for you. All right, until next time, we'll see you guys later on.